Well, here we are on the last chapter, 16, or actually the penultimate chapter, but the last chapter with diagramming, and we're at exercise 16.3 and sentence 1. Since your grant has been approved by the foundation, you should now apply for a leave of absence. So what do we have? Well, this chapter talks about adverbial clauses. And so let us soldier through by first doing the S, and then we'll do the declarative. All right. Well, the one thing to see is that since your grant has been approved by the foundation is an entire adverbial clause. And the since is a complementizer, it's external. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is isolate the adverbial phrase. This is all an adverbial phrase, but with a embedded clause, so we're going to have an S. What makes it the phrase is the since is the complementizer, CZR. CZR, and it's also an adverbial. And now we can move closer in, and we see that your grant has been approved by the foundation is a clause. It's part of the adverbial clause. It's really the complement of since in Hopper's terms. And so we have an S here. Now, just as before, this becomes an NP subject. Your is a possessive determiner, but we can just call it maybe art, or maybe just possessive. We could call it that. And the determiner, grant, is an N, and it's the subject. And your grant is the subject of the clause. Now, has been approved by the foundation clearly is a predicate phrase. It's part of this embedded S. So we're going to predicate phrase. And then has been approved, as we know, is a verb phrase. VP. The has is an aux, that is the present perfect. Okay, the been is the passive, not progressive, but it's passive, aux. Approved is the lexical verb. It's also the predicate. Has been approved is the predicate. By the foundation is a predicate phrase, which functions as the agentive, the action of the passive, or the agent of the passive. So that is a prepositional phrase. And by is a preposition, and its function is agentive. and the foundation is the complement of that preposition, NP, and then aux, determiner, foundation is N. So this is the prepositional complement, and down here is the foundation is the prepositional complement, and then by the foundation is the agentive, and then this, which takes care of has been approved by the foundation. Since your grant has been approved by the foundation, that is the predicate, and then here this is the S. Your grant has been approved by the foundation, okay, and that all is the complement of since. And then we have here the whole adverbial phrase up to here, since your grant has been approved by the foundation, and that is all the adverbial. Okay, so since your grant has been approved is the adverbial clause. So we've got all of that taken care of, and now we have the main clause. The main clause is simply an NP up here, still part of the S, and a predicate phrase. Okay, we may be running out of space, I hope not. So the U is an NP, and the U is also a pronoun. And it is the subject, both as the pronoun and as the subject as the MP. Oops. Okay. Actually, we have one too many here, so I'm going to delete one of these nodes. Okay. Now, should now apply for a leave of absence. Well, that's a verb phrase and a prepositional phrase. Should now apply is the verb phrase. And then for a leave of absence is the prepositional phrase. The verb phrase consists of a modal, which is an aux, and then we call it a modal. And then now is an adverbial of time, or just maybe an adverb of time. And its function would be adverbial. But it's actually in core adverbial, in the core sentence. Apply is the lexical verb. It's the predicate. Should now apply is the predicate. And for leave of absence, the for is a preposition. And leave of absence, a leave of absence is the prepositional complement. So the for should now apply for, this is an adverbial complement because it completes the verb of apply. And then this is, I guess the best way to put it, should apply for what? I think it's best to just keep this all one thing. a leave of absence because it's somewhat of a term of art, so I don't think we need to break it down further. This is an adverbial complement. Should now apply for leave of absence. This is the entire predicate phrase right here, or predicate, sorry, just predicate. And I think we're just about done. So it's so big that we have to scroll to get it, but I think that's it.